Welcome back to Rimworld. My name is Peculiar, and the march of civilization continues ever onwards, here for Lowell, despite the game's best attempts at, well, stopping that from happening. So yeah, I like to keep that trend going. So, I think that's what we're going to be doing this video. It's just making sure Lowell survives. And maybe even thrives. At least that's the plan anyways. Don't know if the game will let me get that far. And hey, if you want to catch up on the series, there's a playlist in the cards for you. Well, looks like we have a transport pod crashing in from the heavens containing Maverick. Problem is that we are kind of a solo colonist run, so sorry Maverick. The only company in this colony for Lowell is going to be the droids. And that's the gas operation research completed, so that's great. Now we can upgrade to LMGs, so that would be lovely. Well, looks like I found some bots to help clean up the place a bit. So that's great. And let's pick up some more components too, which would be lovely so we can now make our own bots. Again. You know, you've kind of already been doing that. The problem is that the resources haven't been coming in very good from the mines. Well, we can now make our own cleaner bots, so that's great. Back to multi-analyzers. Well, looks like we've got some manhunter pads coming in. Or at least just one of them. Manhunting tarantulas. Probably a spider of some kind, if I had to guess. Yep. How about tarantula? At least that's what it is, according to the mod. Anyways, it's time to recall all the bots. And make sure they don't suffer for this. Oh well, that is your job to handle. Hopefully with enough bullets to find out the enemy, we should be able to easily deal with this issue. So far that is indeed the case. There's 2 are already downed. Just need to drop the 3rd one. That takes care of that raid. Or manhunter pack. Looks like there's a psychic drone, that's aimed at a man. So Lowell, basically. So he can't be very happy about that. Well, looks like we have a siege giant, going on. Oh my. Well, so let's see, we've got frag grenades, pump shotguns, at least 3 of them, and a couple of auto pistols to worry about. Oh well. Hopefully, Lowell is up to the challenge in dealing with that mess. Autonomous report for active combat duty, so that's basically just Lowell. We got hostiles incoming. And we're just going to go run out and just fight them on the streets. So one's down. They need to start getting worse at landing headshots and Lowell, not better. Alright, shoot the knife wielder, please. So that takes care of you. I really should have armor for Lowell at this point. See? Anyways. Somehow that takes care of that. Time for the ER bot to come into play. Yoo-hoo, ER bot. Time for you to shine, because this is literally why I built you. Death in 4, death in 3, and saved. Good. Right, let's just gather up all the weapons. Ooh, hey, Lowell is back on his feet again, so that's great. And there's a bad Tamarin attacking our cleaner bot. Oh well, that's your job to worry about. Anyways, the Tamarin is downed, so that's great. Ooh, hey, cargo pods. Let's just see what's inside. Sartite team, 57 of them to be exact. Yoink. And somebody had Luciferium. Somebody go haul that in before it rots. Just so we can sell it. Ooh, hey, silver ore meteorite. I guess that's just some free silver for us. So that's straight. Well, now we have a volcanic winter to deal with. So I guess it's time to put hydroponics onto the list of things to research. Along with auditors, geothermal power, right after I find some armor for, Lowell. Well, that's multi-analyzer research completed, so now it's straight on to the hydroponics. And then the auditor. Well, I think it's high time to research some actual armor for Lowell. I do have the wall-mounted multi-analyzer built now. I guess we can do marine armor since that's the best one that we can research right now. Well, it's high time to deal with the mad tamarins that are literally outside our door. Well, hopefully the cleaner bot can distract some of them from Lowell. Because this was not a good idea. Somehow, the cleaner bot won the fight with the, Camerons, so that's kind of amusing. Right, so we can now make our own auditors, so that's great. Well, we have a Dunbar to worry about. I think that's Lowell's job, since, he's the only one in the colony that can actually fight. Probably not this close. Alright, nice and easy now. Yeah, it was easy. Well, I guess we're having Dunbar, burgers for dinner tonight. And we can now make our own components, so that's lovely. The problem is that we don't have the room for the fabrication bench in the production facility, so I guess it's time to expand that. Well, there's a cyclone, medium that's aimed at the men, so Lowell's gonna be grouchy for the next, hot minute. And of course we have a wanderer who wants to join, Sucker Hunter. But that shooting still level 8. I'd love to take you, but, rules prevent me from doing that. Lowell is off on a days. The post draw was moderate cyclone. Literally nothing I can do for you there, Lowell. Yeah, I think building a wall is, necessary at this point, especially since, Lowell is kind of on a mental break. And I'd, like some way of defending the colony, in that event. And currently, right now, I don't have that. Well, looks like we've got a Metroid cluster incoming. With the weather controller that's set to fog. Oh well, it is what it is. First it's Metroids, now it's hot to Fallout. How lovely! Said no one ever. Ooh hey, some free stealing, some components. Yoink! I think that's the Butterbox issue though, since it's hot to Fallout. And of course the Metroid cluster. Another one. How lovely! Inside the base this time. Well, I'll be honest, report for active combat duty, so that's basically just Lowell. Do I have any LMGs in here? Nope, not this one, or this one, or this one, so the answer is no. Oh, they're up now. Alright, distress the, Metroid cluster for me, please. Right, so this is a defoliator on top of the fog machine. Oh dear. Recall on the bots. Right, so Lowell's injured. Death in 22 hours. Alright, death in 9. Alright, so there goes that batch of turrets. Lowell, you need to get yourself fixed up. After you deal with the Minotaur. It's certainly trying to break our stuff. Alright, so that takes care of that, and, Lowell. Go get yourself patched up. Alright, man, it's time to go, shoot down the turrets. Over, for this Metroid cluster. And of course there's a Manhunter pack. Why wouldn't there be a Manhunter pack? Oh well, that's a, lots of doors that pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Type of issue. In other words, literally not my problem. Right now I'm dealing with the Metroid cluster that is my problem. And Noel just went down. Go figure. Oh well, at least he took out the turrets. Just like that. And Noel just got back up on his feet. That's good. Well, you certainly picked the wrong time to show up, to the style. Right, Kanto? Alright, it's time to take out the defoliator, and so rudely parked itself in my colony. Just like that. Well, the toxic pilot is over, so that's great. The manhunter pack is still, beating down our walls, though. Or rather, at the walls. Sandstalker, times 12 if you're wondering. Well, that's the recon armor research completed, so that's right. On to the marine armor. And yeah, I'm gonna open up the wall up here with a builder bot. Or something. And just let the, pack come in. Or, maybe not. Maybe they'll just, go away on their own, so that's great. Well, Llewellyn's fully healed, so that's great news. It's also time for you to deal with that metanoid cluster before it activates. Right, so it's open. Alright, time to lead the Metroids to the Hologram traps. Well, lock everybody inside of everyone, and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because right now, punchy speaking, it doesn't. At least not until the, Metroids are cleared out. Alright, so, Loa is basically back on, his feet again. Alrighty then, I guess it's time for round 2. And nailed. By the Metroids. Alright, so the Scyther's down. That's in 11 hours. I think, Lowell can just go back home to get patched back up. Again, by the, ER bot. Oh hey, looks like the Pikeman has decided to go to the Hologram transfer finally. So that's great. Well, we need 2 advanced opponents for the fabrication bench, and we only have 1 right now, so let's just, buy the other one. What else should we buy? Or I guess, that can just be it. Right, Lowell is back on his feet again, so I guess it's time to play chicken with the, Metroids again. And I think the, Metroid cluster has activated the force weather. Yeah, it has. Oh well, it's just fog. I don't mind the fog. So how do I not, mess this one up? Come on, just shoot the, power cell. Right, so that took out most of the turrets. And there goes the last one, and, just destroy the, pod machine. And that takes care of that, so that's great. That issue is properly dealt with. Well, a new issue popped up. It's called, Marade. I think this is gonna be one of those Hologram traps issue. So I've got 3 raiders down here. And, 3 raiders over here. I think I'll send Lowell out to deal with this, batch of raiders and, let the Hologram trap sort out the rest. And recall the bots. Alright, Lowell, time for you to get out there and go, bond some raiders over the head. Alright, contact has been made with the enemy. And immediately got dinged. Right, so, they're beginning their assault, at least this batch is. Anyways, they can have fun getting past the Hologram traps. Please hurry up and deal with the issue, Lowell. You don't have any armor, even though I'm in the process of fixing that. Right, so this batch of raiders is now fleeing, so that's great. Anyways, just let him leave. We have no further quarrel with that batch of raiders. In fact, you should just go in it and get yourself patched up and let the Hologram trap sort out the other batch. Especially since there's 4 raiders in this batch of raiders. And they're beginning their assault. Let's see how this one goes. Yep, Hologram traps. Buddy, aren't you supposed to be leaving? Well, if you wanted to leave through the, base, I just, Lowell has a debt for you. Count some bullets. Well, that's that issue sorted out. Well, I think after, marine armor, I'm gonna pick up some advanced fabrication technology. Along with bionic replacements. And of course, do the tier 2 robots, since I think that's, pretty much necessary at this point in the game. That's tier 3, where's the tier 2? Ah, all the way up here. Well, we can now make our own marine armor if we had the resources for it, but, I don't think we have enough resources for marine armor. Yep, definitely not enough. It's mostly because of the advanced components that it takes. Well, we can now make, tier 2 robots, so that's great. Of course, we should probably, train Lowell's, crafting skills, so... I'll have to make some formal vests for you, Lowell. And of course we did a raid, from the Mad Hive. Can I just ignore this raid? And you send it to the Hallway of Traps. Yep, that's a Hallway of Traps issue. I should probably build some more traps. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be doing, is build more traps. Some of them is gonna be out of uranium, and that's just gonna be how it is. Yeah, I probably should have researched turrets. Oh well, it is what it is right now. And here they come. Lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. And yep, the traps I had were enough to deal with that issue, so that's straight. Well, it's another day, another raid, and, yeah. It's one of these raids. Chain shotgun, mini grenades, auto pistols, and a revolver, two machine pistols, and a pump shotgun, at least one. Thankfully, this is one of those raids that I think we can just ignore. Yeah, they're just trying to go through the Hallway of Traps and, well, run into the traps for me, so that's great. Lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because, functionally speaking, right now, it doesn't. And here they come. Yeah, those raiders are not having a fun time. And of course they go straight for the door. And I think they got the memo. Okay. Well, looks like we have a transport pod crashing in from the heavens detaining Harley. Best at, medical, still level 10. Normally I'd take you, but, the rules prevent me from taking you. Sorry. And hey, we've hit level 7 in crafting. Where are the, components at, level-wise? Oh hey, level 8. So not quite there. Oh boy, looks like we have another siege, and, apparently we finished up the tier 2 robots at some point. Right, where are the siege? Because I think Lowell might be going out to, manually confront them. Alright, so they've landed. Let's just see what they have. So a couple of revolvers, pump shotgun, 2 auto pistols, 3 heavy SMGs, 1 bio-turret chain shotgun, so that's gonna be pointless for us, and some knives. Alright, Lowell, time for you to shine. I know, how tragic. Let's add some more points into Constitution before we, let you go. Thankfully there's no long-range, weapons on them yet. And of course they're going in on us immediately. Alright, let's hope this goes well. Yeah, I really need to get, Lowell some more LMGs. That'd be lovely. Alright, start heading back to base and hopefully get there before they do. And force them to go through the Hallway of Traps and get some sneaky healing in. That's in 8 hours, by the way. Well, the door closing time, yes it will. 10 to Lowell. Alright, so did this, work? So far, service says yes. Alright, nice and easy now. Okay, so that, got the rest of them. So that's great. And now we have 2 free revolvers and a heavy SMG and a machine pistol that's poor. and deteriorating, and an auto pistol. As part of the loot. And of course a bolt action. Well, looks like we've had a transport pod crashing from the heavens inside the base. Normally I'd take Matthew, but yeah. Unfortunately the rules prevent it, so I'm just going to pretend Matthew doesn't exist. Although I guess I could just stabilize the bleeding. The real question is will Matthew make it past the hallway of traps? Service says no. Well, Lowell finally had crafting level 8, so he did not make components, so that's straight. Along with the crafting bot tier 2. That should also make components. Well, we can finally make our own advanced components, so that's straight. Prosthetics is next. So let's start making our own advanced components. Like so. And then finally make the marine armor for Lowell. Make marine helmet, then marine armor. Well, we can now make our own prosthetics, so that's great. Well, on that note, I think this is where I'm going to leave off the video, so like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist all over social media fun to help out the channel and the algorithm for free. And I will see you in the next one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye.